Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mark, for asking me to be here. So removing doubt in your life, I think is something that is a challenge for all of us, and how we face doubt and overcome it can really shape and mold how we are in this world. As Scott mentioned, I'm a Viewpoint alum. Started in 84, graduated in 91, and the love of my life is Charlie Graham. I'll get back to him in a minute. But tackling the issue at hand, doubt. So let's break it up into two categories. The first one is, should I take a sweater to the ballpark? Is it going to be cold? What should I be for Halloween? Do I want to be a pirate or a skeleton? Those are things that you can kind of figure out on your own, and they don't really have any downside if you make the wrong decision. You could pick one and be the next one the next year and take a sweater. If it gets cold, you can put it on. What I want to focus on is the big monster doubt that creates anxiety in our lives. What's our career path? Should I go work for Apple, or should I start my own company? These are the things that sometimes paralyze us and prevent us from making decisions and really being able to move forward with positivity. So looking at that, I think part of the challenge is how we define success. And if you look for yourself individually, what that really means, you can see that if you follow your heart and you follow your passions, you will be successful in however you define that. And that's not a sweet way of saying you don't have to be ambitious, but what it means is that once you set your path and you have that clarity and you have the introspection of who you are and what you want, and you have determination, you'll get there. And a lot of times what looks like an easy success for people on the outside was actually really challenging. So, for myself personally, I have my son. I've been fortunate enough to travel all over the world, and I founded this company selling it. So let me just talk to you for a minute, because I'm sure none of you have heard of it. I did bring some socks. They're in the back. You guys are welcome afterwards to grab a pair and try it out. But in a nutshell, this technology uses human body energy and converts it to infrared. And it gives it back to the body. And infrared's a vasodilator and increases blood flow and circulation. So it has enormous health impact, health benefits for people that have diabetes or athletes or anyone that has circulatory issues. When we went to the FDA, though, we said we're from California and we put crystals in yarn, and they thought we were nuts. So, to put it mildly. So we started doing clinical studies. We did one, we thought that was enough, and we did another one. We're now on 10. And we did receive our FDA approval last year. But for somebody that just comes into the room today and sees that we have FDA approval, we just signed Under Armour, and we now have Tom Brady as a spokesperson, that sounds phenomenal. It sounds like we've really set out what we accomplished to do. But I want to talk to you about what doubt I faced on this journey, and all of the different times that I really thought that it might be a total, complete failure. And for failure, you have to really examine, what that means. And so I wanted to put a question mark there. And what is actual failure? For my company, you could define failure or points of doubt as the times that we needed to write a check and put money into the bank, the times that we weren't going to make payroll. So we founded the company in 2001. We're in 2018, so 17 years. How many people would say that we had to do that 5 times? More than 5 times? 10 times? 15 times? More than 20 times? Anyone think more than that? We had to write checks and put money into the bank 73 times. 73 times I had people telling me I didn't know what I was doing. I should fold up shop. I should quit. It's not going to work. The FDA is never going to sign off on this. Go do something else. And each one of those times, I had to have a moment of reckoning with myself, sometimes easier than others. It certainly got a lot harder as it dragged on. But each one of those times, I asked myself, do I believe in what I'm doing? Do I know it works? Do I know that it works? And am I following my passion? Am I following what I believe in? And the great thing about this is it actually helps people. And so that was an easy motivator, knowing that I could be out there with the technology that really helps people. And so after 17 years, we got our approval. I could tell you for hours all of the challenges we faced and near bankruptcy over the years, but the key really is that we weren't failing along that path. We were just sticking at it and finding our way and seeing what changes we had to make. And I think this quote by Thomas Edison is the best. You never failed making a light bulb. You just found 1,000 ways that it wasn't working. So, we stuck at it, and I think that really goes back to trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and never quitting. And then going back to what I was saying about success, for me, this is the best quote about success. It's measured by your freedom of time and being able to put all that energy into something to create something that gives back to me the flexibility to do what I want to do, which is be with my son. And so it's allowed me to train and be a triathlete and take him all over and really enjoy seeing him grow and invest in his life. So I encourage all of you, when doubt creeps up, to know that there's no wrong decision as long as you're being congruent with yourself and trusting yourself. The path might change from what you thought it would be, but at the end of the day, you'll be right where you're supposed to be. Thank you.